said I ain't rolling, mama seen this $100. Hope it's good enough to hold him. Rest in peace, Lil B. 2-4 stand up. Bitch, I'm the city, bitch. I do this shit for Tampa. Take it out of town, show them how we getting down. So I stay on the road.
I'm just really proud of you. You know, niggas in this world did this shit. You really did this shit. And I remember when you was a little nigga. You did it, man.
Yeah, I mess with the new media, by the way. I don't know about y'all and how y'all feel about it, but with me and the new, I don't know, I be messing with that junk, bro. Shout out to the new media. Shout out to everybody doing their thing in regard from JJ Redick to shoot the pivot, you can say I'm like the pivot, I am athlete. Like you can consider that as new media in regards of talking about, because at the end of the day, it's all about sports. It's all about, you know what I mean? So
it's a hard description because different players have different meaning for it. I will tell you what it means to me.
Right.
It means that the athletes are coming and they're trying to send a message that the manner in which they were represented is no more.
Right.
Y'all taking over. We gonna make sure that an accurate depiction of athletes is what's being projected.
Right.
Now to that, I say, bring it. It's not a problem because this ain't the playing field. I wasn't good enough for that.
Right.
Wasn't good enough to be a pro basketball player. Never tried to play football. Never tried to play baseball outside of when I was in junior high school. But I know this is my lane.
I'll say, don't sleep. No, hold on now. I heard that boy Steven had that floater, had that jumper. You know what I'm saying? That boy had that boy. You know what I'm saying? I heard he was shooting them threes. You know what I mean? But that boy shooting threes in the you know what I mean? In the seat, in that seat.
I ain't intimidated by none of y'all. I want y'all to be successful. Y'all got something to say. It don't stop me from commenting about it, though. And the way I go about doing my job is you pick up that phone, you call, you cultivate resources, you develop relationships, you do everything that you can to have your facts in order, et cetera, et cetera. And then outside of that, it's about whether or not your personality is going to shine more than the next person.
Right, right.
And to me, there's no reason whatsoever for anybody in the media to be taken aback by cats saying this is the new media. What they saying is we got a voice and we gonna be heard. And
you heard that right.
I welcome that.
Right.
I love it. And to be quite honest with you, it makes my job easier because I ain't got to reach out to y'all to hear from y'all. Y'all talking. So all I got to do is listen and quote you.
But the difference was we didn't have a platform back then.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
let's just say, I go out. For instance, I was here meeting the commissioner. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Got in trouble for going to the strip club. I went and got some wings, stayed there 10 minutes. He had somebody follow me. But I never
agree with that?
What? About?
His story, like when he came to New York, it was cool, go out, get his wings.
He talked to me about it. He said, what the hell was you thinking?
That's exactly
going to get some wings. But we'll get into that.
That's exactly what I did.
But my question, my thing here is, if I had a platform of my own to say, hey, look, in Atlanta, we go to the strip clubs to eat wings. Maybe it might not been projected the way that you guys projected it. I'm saying you guys as in.
Shout out to Atlanta, bro. Them boys know how to show some hospitality, and they damn sure know how to cook, bro. They be busting it down paws over there, bro. Shout out to them boys over there.
The old media, you get what I'm saying? Oh,
the old
he
media.
just out here going to another strip club, but I didn't have a platform to express myself. So I think that's the biggest difference between the new media and the old media.
Well, I'm gonna speak for myself. That's why I might be a bit different when I talk about quote unquote new media the way other people do. Draymond Green caught me good because he was bringing up new media, and I'm like, please. And then he says, Mr. Stephen A. Smith, you're part of the new media. Right. And he started talking about how I go about doing things. And I was like, damn, you got a point. Because when you bring up the fact that, okay, we got a voice now, I remember back in the day when you didn't have a voice. So what did I do? I came to bat.
You can say that again, especially all the African Americans. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't see a lot of them, especially in them seats back in the 90s, 80s. You'll have your John Maddens and your here and there, you know what I'm saying? That will still make the sport, you know what I'm saying, exciting as always. But it's just always good to see that black representation, especially out in the field and not just in the helmet, you know what I mean?
Back. And I let him know. One of the reasons he was willing to talk to me is I said, yo, whatever you say, I'm going to make sure that gets disseminated.
Right.
When you came to me in the past, I said, whatever you say, I'm going to make sure you heard. You ain't going to get on this platform and talk to me for 8 minutes and you going to see 30 seconds. I'm going to make sure you and we've known each other for years in Philly. Same thing with him. So when guys are talking about now we got a voice, what I'm proud of is that I've always been known as a cat that tried to give athletes a voice. Now, that don't mean I'm agreeing with you now, but I'm going to make sure that your point is heard. And I've learned, and I've always known, that is real knows real. As long as you know, as long as y'all know that this brother is going to give you a fair opportunity to express yourself and to make sure your point of view is heard, that's all most of y'all even care about. What you care about, what you're upset about is when people try to twist your shit, they lie, they try to cut it off and misrepresent what you're saying. And I've always prided myself as being somebody that would never do that. If you talk to me, you the story. Now, when I give my opinion, I give my opinion. But when you speak about you, you have a right for your voice to be more profound than mine. And I'm good with that.
Yeah, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
My question for you is, when does it go too far? You understand? Because when we talk about new media, old media, or however you want to classify it, there is, to me, a big conversation, some big things going on, disruption in the space. But when is it too much?
Easily, when somebody's getting personal.
Come on, bro.
When does it go too far? You understand? Because when we talk about new media.
Guys, stop getting ripped off by your car insurance company and check this out.
Okay,
are you ready? All right.
What's going on, bro?
New media, old media, or however you want to classify it, there is, to me, a big conversation, some big things going on, disruption in the space. But when is it too much?
Easily, when somebody's getting personal. I have nothing to do with your personal life. If you ain't in the police blotters and you ain't in trouble and it ain't publicized, it's none of my damn business. It's a very simple rule for me. Okay, it's none of my business. When I'm talking about your game, I could care how you feel. You perform in front of thousands, if not millions. Don't blame me for what you're doing on the field or the play. That's on you.
But it's how you do that, though. No, it's not. That's how you do that.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
You being so honest and you straight honest. You always been honest. Some people love you. Some people don't.
Hate me.
Is that some of the reason why it's?
I'm gonna be straight up with you like I always do. I could give less than a damn. It don't mean nothing to me because I know I'm not getting personal. What I'm saying to you is this.
They be they feelers. The people be they feelers up in them offices. They be, ooh, who is he talking to like that, boy? Who is you talking to? I'm talking to you like that, nigga. What are you talking about? We getting serious.
This. If I'm talking about your personal life, man, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to hurt me. That's crossing the line. If you playing a game in front of millions of people and I'm talking about your game,
fans, etc.
That's it. You put your. That's like me getting upset at somebody who has a comment about what I had to say on television. Now, if you're gonna comment about my personal life, we got a different problem. But if you're saying to me, or if you're gonna sit up there and say, "Hey, you know what? You're a sorry ass commentator." Okay, then you're entitled to your opinion. If you're gonna say I'm a sorry ass human being, we got a problem. You don't know me. You see what I'm saying? You're talking
they be in
about
their
what
feelings.
I do, not who I am. There's a distinction.
You don't think there's anything off limits when it comes to Shady McCoy? He's playing bad right now. He would say he never had a bad game.
Okay.
I can turn on film.
I never saw one in Philly, but go ahead. That brother put on a show on a weekly basis, but go ahead.
Really?
Yes. In Philly, hell yes.
Wait.
Hell yes. 2 1,300-yard seasons, 1 1,600-yard rushing season. He was balling out in Philly. He was that dude, no question.
Yeah, see,
I give him love.
See, look, the problem is, right? So before this show, we had a production meeting.
Right.
And these two, you know, they said I was biased, right? Oh, sometimes Stephen A, he too hard. He too this, he too that.
Right.
Now, in the past, we had Kyrie Irving. He's on the show, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that was gonna be my question. Was like when there's a.
I thought you was a little hard on Kyrie.
When you talk about there's nothing off limits when it comes to the game.
Yes.
I just
Nah, he high key a Kyrie hater, bro. No cap, no cap. I gotta say though, I don't know why, bro, but he got it. I don't know why, bro. He got some type of vendetta against that boy, man. That boy was on him when he was doing the code. Even though he did get some good taste, because I respected that shit, because he was tripping, especially taking all that time during COVID, your team losing, nigga was ass, Kevin Durant, that nigga carrying that shit on his back, and he got injured, and it was just a whole fuck up, bro. It was a whole fuck up.
disagree. Because I know where you about to go. All I'm gonna say is this, and I'm gonna let you speak.
By the way, before you continue, I meant every damn word I said about Kyrie, but continue.
So now hold on. So it was
Every
Kyrie,
word.
it was James Harden, some things about KD. My thing is, because I love some of them players, right?
Mhm.
And I talked about it earlier before we got on the show. It's like, yo, who holds him accountable? His job. That's his job. His job is to come over and say this and that. When we have different players,
I just
I'm
think
like,
it's
yo,
how you do it.
I don't know what that means.
How you
can't tell
do
him
it?
how to
How
his
you
job.
do it? How you do it? Ben Simmons.
Can I share?
Go ahead, share it. Like,
Hold on, tell us about it. Hold on, let me tell it.
Time out. If you want me to, I'll go down the list, player by player, with every person that you just brought up to make my case.
Start with KD.
First of all, to get to your point first, when you talk about there's a way you say things.
Right.
Michael Jordan came up to me in like 2002 or 3 or whatever, and he was getting on me about something that I said, and he was like, "It's the way you said it," and I was like, "This, can I have a job?
Oh,
Get a job."
Oh, right.
I said, "You want me to sound like everybody else?
Right.
This is how I talk. Now, if I'm faking it, I get you."
Okay.
I said, "Every time you see me, I sound the same.
Right.
That's how I talk. It happens to work for me. Why do we have a problem?" I said, "Why not the substance of my word as opposed to the presentation?"
Right.
So he got.
And I heard that nigga Michael Jordan. That nigga hard to get with, bro. I heard that nigga asshole. He tripping. He the GOAT though. I can't even fake that shit though. Like Bashad, but like damn, my nigga. It's like you gotta take that shit, bro. Like the criticism's gonna come with it, just like LeBron dude, just like everybody else dude. Like I don't know, bro. Everybody else is gonna handle the way they gonna handle it. I guess that's the way he handled it.
He got my point, and we were cool ever since. But what I'm saying to you is this: let's go to KD. KD leaves. I think right now, KD healthy is the best player in the world.
I agree.
When healthy.
100%.
When healthy.
I agree.
Best player in the world.
For sure.
Which I've said on many occasions. When he left for OKC, from OKC to go to Golden State,
Right.
which is what you alluded to, I called it the weakest move I've ever seen by a superstar.
Because of the big three thing.
I meant that.
Right.
I mean it today. Now, I don't mean for people to interpret it as him being weak.
Right.
I don't mean to imply that he ain't the superstar he is. I'm saying you were in game 7 of a conference finals. You lose to that team, and 3 weeks
go
later,
to
you
him.
playing for the team
Right.
you
You
lost.
wouldn't do that?
Thank you so much. What I was trying to say was, and I explained it to him to his face when I was sitting across from him on his show, The Boardroom. And I said, you're so phenomenal, so great, that when you joined that team, you dramatically shifted the balance of power in such a profound fashion. Competition was non-existent. We knew the moment he arrived in Golden State with Clay and Steph, it was a foregone conclusion.
Of course.
No.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
What LeBron did it.
LeBron did the
went
same
to
thing.
Miami.
And
Was
them
the
dudes still
we
nice.
act like that. We act like there was never a big 3 back in the day before Braun did it.
Gentlemen, let me break this down. You ask, I'm here to answer. Okay? Number one, it's not the same. When LeBron left Cleveland,
Yes.
Cleveland hadn't lost to Miami. Number one.
Factual.
Remember, Golden State.
Okay.
Golden State. Number two,
Right.
even though you had Bosh with D Wade,
Right.
you had KG, Pierce, Ray Allen,
Factual.
and the crew in Boston. So you still had, this is true. I'm giving you facts. Number three, again, KD with Steph I'm not saying fault. I'm saying, now we're talking about the media, we're talking about fans. When you're so dominant above the crowd, when you join forces, I ain't talking about being drafted together, and of course he has a right to do that. But to go to a team you just lost to, and to dramatically shift the balance of power where competition was non-existent. I was like this. My whole NBA season's ruined. I know the outcome.
But you're mad as a writer, though.
Hold on. As a pundit covering the sport. And what I was saying was, damn, I have no interest in seeing this. It's complete domination. So if I said to you, all right, Brandon, you playing for Miami, you playing for Cincinnati, you playing for Philadelphia, and this Super Bowl is going to end like 55-10.
Right.
The interest is
but
not
that wasn't
there.
the case because you still had LeBron and LeBron and them found them in the finals. LeBron and them found them in the finals. And if we had some dudes that was knocking down their shots, the whole series would have been
Ray
different.
Allen.
KD. Can we talk about that? They came to go get KD.
That's true.
KD didn't go over there.
Let me be clear here.
That matters.
Listen, this is how I feel. I love KD. I would love for KD to sit on the show. But that is tough. As a competitor, as an athlete, dude knocked you out the playoffs. It is tough 3 weeks later join. But at the end of the day, you know, it's more that goes into it. Big business.
But this is what I want. This is what I'm laughing about.
But what's the difference though between the LeBron move?
I explained that already about LeBron going to Miami.
I didn't like that.
It's not the same.
But how? You said this because of the division though.
Hey guys, the first year that LeBron went to Miami, they lost to Dallas in the finals.
They should have won.
I know but they lost.
2-0.
What I'm saying to you is this: there
was
was no way in hell Golden State was losing.
Yes, there was.
I'm getting ready to get to that point. LeBron wins, and I often bring this up. LeBron beats Boston in the conference finals. Doris Burke is interviewing him.
Okay.
LeBron is smiling. We going back to the finals. And then they said, now you got KD and Steph. And LeBron goes, I don't even think about that right now. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to stress myself. It's the first time that I saw a concession speech given on the court of an NBA conference finals.
Now, see, this is the art. He making people believe.
Time out.
It was the first time ever.
And just because the conference wasn't packed that time, you know what I mean?
Hey, y'all. That's the beauty of technology. It's all on tape. Everybody knows what I'm saying is true. Go watch him. Go watch the tape of him being interviewed and asked about Golden State's coming up.
Yeah, but he didn't do all of that. You trying to paint the picture.
No, I'm not. I'm saying he knew you had no chance. You had no chance.
No, he didn't.
Everybody knew he had no chance.
You know, and I ain't saying no names. Right. We had a couple guys knock down some shots.
Right.
Braun got 5 rings now.
We all know, and y'all know this better than me because all of y'all played on the big time level. Y'all know y'all say some. And then 10 years, 15 years down the line, y'all come back and admit, yeah, that's how I was feeling at that time. Watch when LeBron James write his autobiography one day, when he go talk about that the first time he had to go against Golden State. He knew they ain't had no damn chance.
Oh my God.
And all y'all did too. Stop it.
So when LeBron James, goes to Miami.
And I love LeBron.
Yeah.
Salute.
LeBron is salute. I got water.
Come on, you can't salute your water.
I got Coke.
Come on, let's go.
Here you go.
So what you drinking?
Coke.
So look,
you'll go with Coke.
My thing is this: when LeBron and Wade and Bosh teamed up,
right?
What you thought the other dudes in the NBA said? The same way you said that KD and all that. Oh my God,
Boston didn't say that, and clearly Dallas did it.
They should have lost that Dallas.
Clearly Dallas did. They beat them.
Yo,
they beat them. Come on, man. You don't have an argument. Pick another one. You don't have this one.
Listen, yes, he did because y'all media.
Y'all media, okay.
Everybody talking about,
they went to 3 finals.
That was weak.
They went to 3 or 4 finals.
You know what?
3?
I got love for KD. I got love for LeBron. Let's get to more interesting stuff because let's get to what y'all really want to get to me about. Let's go.
Let's go. Keep going. You said the next person.
The next person, who? Kyrie, Ben Simmons, who?
Let's start there. When did you go too far with Kyrie?
He said he didn't.
I don't think never went too far.
He said he meant every goddamn thing.
Bro, he went way too far. But like I said, he has some good takes here and there, but bro, this man was definitely on Kyrie ass for the most part. No Kizik cop.
I did not. On my hand to God.
You got mad one time, I think, because of the COVID.
Yes.
But it was fair.
Let me explain. None of us. I didn't see anybody that wanted to take the vaccine. I was one of those people that was nervous about it too. Make no mistake about it.
But you still can't say nothing about
it. Before you start, we like to break bread.
Sure.
Got you some pasta. Shacks in the city.
Thank you so much. Kyrie Irving did not want to take the vaccine. That is not a crime. I got that. My position about Kyrie Irving was that everybody in Brooklyn because of you. KD was coming to the Knicks. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you what you know. I don't give a damn what he tell you. KD was on his way to the Knicks. All the intel
That's so cap,
that
bro.
I
This
received
nigga wish.
said that he was on his way to New York. Now, in fairness to him, he said that wasn't true. Ask folks that cover the NBA, we were all pretty much under the impression he was going to New York City.
See, that part
Fair
don't
enough.
matter though, because you
Okay,
gonna say
I told him,
yeah,
I
so
said,
don't.
this is what I do know. Nets didn't want Kyrie. KD wanted Kyrie.
Oh,
Nets.
So what's your point behind it?
Let me explain. What I'm saying to you is Kyrie's the reason KD in Brooklyn. Kyrie's the reason Steve Nash in Brooklyn. Kyrie the reason DeAndre Jordan. Love that brother. Good brother. But beyond his prime, got a $40 million deal from the Brooklyn Nets. That's what Kyrie and KD wanted for him the whole nine. Kyrie and them the reason that Kenny Atkinson's out as the head coach. Brooklyn lays out the carpet for you. I'm just telling
Kenny
you.
Atkins should have stayed as the head coach.
Well, I definitely think so. I think he's better than Nash because Nash never coached on any level. No disrespect to Nash, but he never coached anywhere
I don't
ever.
like Nash at that either.
I'm just saying he does never coached anywhere. But my point to
Yeah, that
y'all is,
nigga.
this is just me. If I got
He had
you
a bad.
and you,
Steve Nash had a bad hand, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro. He did his best though, but I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Kyrie really was kind of the downfall to the Nets that year. I mean, last year.
and you to do something, I'm in.
Right, all the way in.
I'm in.
Chips on the table.
Because y'all here because of me.
Right.
That was my issue. It wasn't that. See,
when it comes to health,
yep,
making your own decision, I hear what you saying. That sound good, but I don't want to take no more shot. Regardless how you saying, oh, Brooklyn did this. Shit, Brooklyn let his ass in the stadium without taking a shot to go to the game.
Right.
You seen him? He was damn near on the court, high five.
Right.
If he had COVID, he gave it to every motherfucker.
But let me tell you where
What's the difference?
let me tell you where the Pac-Man I know doesn't have an argument. If Pac-Man got the chip on the line, Pac-Man gonna take that shot. If Pac-Man got Bree Marsh and Shady right here and Stephen A, and we got a chance to win the chip, you gonna go like this. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it.
Right.
You know it, and that's the point. And see, where you saw me on television getting frustrated was when brothers act like they didn't know what I was saying. I wasn't talking about no damn vaccine.
Right.
That boy getting frustrated. I ain't going cow. It's getting crazy right now. But he's speaking them facts. Let's see how this goes.
Talking about, yo, you know what this is. You know you brought all of this together. Yes. You know what's on the line. You trying to tell me, Tyree, let me and give me credit for this. You've also heard me say he box office. He worth $50 million a year.
He's definitely that.
He's a spectacular talent. I said I'd give him $50 million a year.
Right.
I said I just got to pay him 1 year at a time because he's a professional and not going to work.
You said that.
He's missed 123 games in 3 years. He's played 103. The man misses work. And so for me, you
can't count the games with this
wait a minute. I can count it if you have a history prior to COVID for missing games. And so what I'm saying is that this is it came across as disrespectful because I got annoyed that you people out here coming at me when you acting like you don't know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know you brought all of this together. Now I could get raw details, which I would never do to him. But you know how all of this went down. And then you said, nah, I'm out. Now, before the vaccine, what'd you do?
All right, guys, if you've been injured in a car accident, you have to check this out. So I just got this check from.
You got hurt. It's the first year that KD out. You got hurt. Yeah, you got hurt and you played 20 games. Do I really need to report that you sat up there and told folks, I ain't come here to play without KD? Do I need to do that? Do I need to point out? Wait a minute.
Well,
you getting paid though.
You getting paid.
You ain't paying for free now. You ain't getting $30 million.
Right,
okay, now you miss from that February. The season gets postponed and halted because of COVID.
Yeah.
They want to come back and play in the summer. You come back and play. You discouraging cats from playing in the summer, knowing there's a clause because you're a vice president on a committee. You know there's a clause that allows the owners to rip up the collective bargaining agreement and render all contracts null and void if y'all don't participate in the bubble play in Orlando. But you encouraging cats to do that anyway, knowing they ain't making the money you making. Then you turn around, and after the season is over and the Lakers win the chip in October, they come back and resume the season in December. That December, you come back 2 weeks later because of the riots at the U.S. Capitol.
We talked about that.
You said you traumatized and you can't play. You need time off. Come on, y'all. So I'm just sitting there, no disrespect to him.
So
I'm
what-
only answering the question because you asked me.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, come on, fellas.
Yeah.
We know what time it is.
So
We know.
what is it, though?
Can
So what is
a
it? So
teammate
what
come
is
up to
it?
you?
So what is
Nah, that's the excuse, nigga. Man, you better grow the hell up, nigga, because there was a lot of damn players that was still hooping, wasn't even worried about it. You talking about shooking up by that shit. Like, what the hell? Better tighten up if that's the case. But shout out to Kyrie, though.
What is it, though?
What do you mean?
So everything that you just said. So what is it with Kyrie? How do you explain Kyrie?
Kyrie is a spectacular talent who
Factual.
works hard, works on his craft, conscientious brother, heart's in the right
Smart
place
dude.
off the court, wants to do good things for people, wants to be helpful, not a bad person at all. But he's got something that all of y'all can speak on. You got certain cats that everything is okay as long as they do it on their terms. If you ask them to do it on somebody else's terms, they got a problem with it, which I respect. When you an entrepreneur,
He was definitely talking about them trades. We was definitely like, oh, shoot. That boy Kyrie, where he finna go? And then what happened? He signed back with them dudes. He signed back with them boys. Yeah. They said, stop playing. They said, stop playing.
but when you got your hand out for somebody else's money, you got to capitulate to something.
Right.
You can't just sit up there and do what you want to do. And what conversations have we had, Ben? You and I have had it. You and I have had it. And I said, Joe, it's not just about us.
Right.
Everybody can't be y'all. A lot more people can be me, but I've been blessed and fortunate to achieve stuff most people haven't achieved in this industry.
Right.
Everybody
That's
can't
right.
do that. I got a responsibility
Right.
to look out and not portray or give an image of you thinking you could get away with something I know 99% of the people will never get away with. You got brothers that want to be an NBA player. They will never get away with what Kyrie has gotten away
Right.
with. Why are
Factual.
you acting like it's normal? Like it's okay? Like, oh my God, this is how it should be. And
Now watch this. He has some good points. Watch this, bro. I'm not gonna cap because I'm in the middle because I understand Kyrie. He has his beliefs and things of that nature, to which we have to respect. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're a basketball player, bro. A lot of people don't have the opportunity. You were blessed with amazing abilities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wouldn't have all that flexibility if they, you know what I mean? Especially doing what he's doing. He missed 120 some games, only played at 103. Like, damn, dude, that's not good. But no.
you know what? Hell with that. If I don't like this is what we're going to do. Yeah, a few can pull that off. We can look at the athletes in the NBA. Look at what KD's doing with his trade request. Tell me 10 players in the NBA who can get away with it.
They not.
When you say get away, what do you mean by get away?
Like, you sign a contract and you got a 4-year, nearly $200 million extension.
I'm outta
And
here.
before one day, you
Luka?
demanded a trade.
Luka?
I said, give me 10 players.
You want me to keep
It
going?
ain't 10.
Good. Go ahead.
Luka,
LeBron, Joel Embiid,
Giannis.
Giannis.
That's
Keep
what.
going.
Kawhi.
Steph
No.
Curry.
Please.
Hold on, please what?
Please.
Please what?
I don't know.
Mr. Load Management.
Oh.
He just got a 2-year deal.
Hey,
He just got a
hold on.
2-year
You see
deal.
what he just did? This is why you win on TV. Because we're at 7 right now. And his ass trying to deflect really quickly because
Come out.
Steph Curry,
Steph's in there.
John Moran.
You think right now?
Yes.
He's still young. He's nice. But I'm saying.
Yes, he know it too.
Hold on.
Trey Young.
Hold on. What's the
But he
question?
ain't getting
Come
it
on.
like that.
What's the question? I said, who can get away with signing a 4-year extension and before one day of that contract has been honored, demand a trade? Who could get away with
Only
it?
like 4 cats.
That was my question.
Like 4 cats. Giannis, Steph Curry.
My only point
Bron.
in
Is something wrong with him demanding a trade?
yes.
No, it's not.
I don't think-
Now
no, I
the
don't
show
think so.
has begun.
No,
How is that something
yeah,
wrong with that?
I don't believe in that. My thing is, yo, if I'm the first of all, if I'm the main man on
Oh
this
my
team,
goodness,
right?
this is my goodness.
People got excited about Brooklyn not because Kyrie, it's because KD, and we gonna bring Kyrie. Okay, let's get what?
No, it's
That's
the
not how it
opposite way.
happened.
Wait. Kyrie, I'm talking about Kyrie and KD. Come together.
okay.
Kyrie.
Everybody's excited about Kevin Durant,
Right.
right?
Guys,
No.
listen.
I was excited about both.
Time out.
Kyrie also. But
You gotta realize,
KD's the guy,
Kyrie,
bro.
he a
well,
KD
New
like
York
top
kid,
three,
bro.
top
Like,
three.
for sure.
So my thing is, yo, if I don't want to play for this coach, this is my team. This is what I want. Make it happen.
Hold on. That's nice.
Because LeBron gonna get that done.
Time out.
LeBron gonna get that done. LeBron got coaches fired.
Hold on.
When Ty Lue got a job, what's the dude's name? Blaine? What's his name? Dude from Europe? What's his name?
Yeah.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Never
You don't want to do that one
David
coach?
Blatt.
David
Yeah.
Blatt.
Hold on.
You don't want to do that one?
Man, that boy LeBron got that power, boy. That boy said he a player, but he moving like that boss. When he said he don't mess with you, he got a skedaddle. Take him to Sacramento or something. Taking that boy which McCullough throwing it somewhere.
I want
Hold up.
get him out of there.
LaShawn.
Ty Lue, come on up there.
Shady.
He goes to LaShawn,
Shady.
Yeah. Give us some water. Some water.
I recall the Cleveland Cavaliers losing in the finals. Who was the coach? It was Blatt.
Right.
Okay, so he did coach.
Damn.
Secondly, LeBron James has never demanded a trade. He's fulfilled his contract and then he left. Number three, hold on. Number three, I'm not saying that it's wrong for a guy. This is it. And see, when we talk about new media, let me make y'all responsible. Okay? When you say it's right for him to ask out of his contract, I'm saying, fellas, you're missing what the preface was. The preface was a day before the contract started. It ain't like he signed a 4-year deal and played the year and won out. He signed the extension, and before one day of it was on, he said, I want to be traded.
What's the problem with that?
He might have woke up wrong. Like, God damn, I really didn't want to go there.
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick.
Okay.
I'm the head coach of the Jets.
Right.
He get to the press conference.
I'm not.
Who's the court?
No, that's not what he said. He said, I'm not coaching this team, and he went to.
I'm out of there.
What's the difference?
What you talking about?
He ain't start the job.
Well, Bill Belichick?
It's just the same thing.
Time
Like,
out.
what's wrong with
Time out. Bill Parcells
No,
was the head coach of the franchise. He retired.
Okay.
He stepped away.
Right.
They thought that Bill Belichick was the heir apparent. And he was like, I don't want. There's a difference. Don't try that with me. I know this stuff. That's number one.
He
Number
took
two.
the job.
Number two. No.
Bill Belichick took the job.
Time out. He didn't sign on the dotted line. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to leave.
Yeah, that is
Right.
KD signed, bro. KD signed. That's number one. Number two, it's real interesting that y'all bring this up because, again, what I'm saying is you're paying attention, and I will be listening to I Am Athlete when they have those collective bargaining negotiations, and the owners are sitting across the table from y'all, and you say, remember when you agreed to the contract and then you get the money and ask right out? We gonna put a stop to that.
No, that's not true.
Oh, no. That's what exactly. I'm telling you what they're gonna do.
They're going to ask for it. It's a fight.
Let me
It's a
tell you.
negotiation.
Hold on. Okay,
Negotiation.
sure.
But
Okay.
not if
We'll see who
the
wins the
contract.
Who has the leverage?
No,
the players have the
you hear what
leverage.
he's saying? But what he's saying is,
Owner got the
I know
leverage.
what
he's
he's saying
saying.
is, if we sign a deal and we got 3 more years, if we say, hey, we want to go back to the table, we're not gonna get to go back to the table. Really, it's never happened.
My whole thing with this is why I got excited, and I said that like the show started for me, is because they can trade us before the contract is up.
Sure.
Why can't we ask for a new deal?
That's
Why
true.
can't we ask to be traded because the situation ain't working?
Time out. They can trade you
At any time.
at any time. I got that. You know what they can't do? They can't get away with not paying you if you show up to work. What the players that's demanding the trade is implicating or implying is that I ain't coming to work.
That's right. Because it's different because that's the only leverage you have. The owner, they can sit up there and say, you know what, we drafted you, you outperformed your contract.
Right.
So They should be paying the player, but they saying we not going to do it, and I'm not going to open up my
But you
checkbook.
twisted my argument.
So now you're making me. Wait.
But this is why you're in media, because you're very good at twisting the argument. You're just going up against me. It ain't gonna work, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that KD doesn't have a right to ask out of this contract. I'm not saying that you shouldn't at any point do that. What I'm saying is, my brother, you signed a 4-year extension, and one day, not one day, you asking for a trade
break it down,
before
though.
you. That's what I'm breaking it down.
He got there, and
yeah, I'm trying to say you can't have your cake and eat it too, bro. Like, what's going on? You signed a 4-year extension, then asked for the trade. Like, bro, you gotta relax, man. These people, bro. I don't know, man. It's getting choosy out here.
Extension didn't kick into what, the following year?
Right, no. He signed a contract last summer.
Right, there you go.
Kyrie was supposed to get his extension.
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
In media, because you're very good at twisting the argument. You're just going up against me. It ain't gonna work, because that's not what.
This is Papa John's New York style pizza. Now, how does Papa John's get that thin, tasty?
What I'm saying, I'm not saying that KD doesn't have a right to ask out of this contract. I'm not saying that you shouldn't at any point do that. What I'm saying is, my brother, you signed a 4-year extension, and one day, not one day, you asking for a trade before you. That's what I'm breaking it down.
He got there, and the extension didn't kick into what, the following year?
Right, no. He signed a contract last summer.
Right, there you go.
Kyrie was supposed to get his extension.
Yep.
All right. You know what happened with that.
Right.
James Harden was supposed to get his extension, wouldn't sign it because he knew he wanted out.
Why did he want out?
Because Daryl Morey's in Philly.
But what that got to do with anything?
Because
Daryl Morey with Kevin Durant and Kyrie?
Easy answer. Have you read the stories and have you talked to James Harden and everybody else in Houston about how life was in Houston for James Harden under Daryl Morey? I mean, you talk about a beautiful, affluent lifestyle. I mean, it took it to another level. This man loves the ground James Harden walks on, and so the kind of lifestyle he had in Houston was nothing. I mean, far exceeded what he had in Brooklyn. Not to mention the traffic on Atlantic Avenue. Don't get me started with that. What I'm saying to you is that you asked the question as to why he would want to leave. Well, not only do I have Daryl Morey in Philly, I got Joel Embiid there, and I got a man that'll do anything for me.
Right.
So it's a better relationship.
Right.
You, of all people who lives off of relationships, knows the answer to that question. How you acting like you don't know?
He asked to go there, though.
Stop that.
Man, take it, share. Salute.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sitting over letting me get water. Y'all boys tripping. Shady.
Why we
Shady, come on, bro. You was on Stephen A's side. Oh,
because y'all dudes like, yo, y'all sensitive. Oh, why he saying this?
First of all, Shady, let's be clear.
Eat your food. We talking about
don't let Brandon fool you. Don't let him fool you. He on my side too.
No, I
don't let the crazy. Then with the James Harden, he's like, yo, talk about how he ain't the same, this and that and the third.
He wasn't.
In Philadelphia, I'm there. They feel the same way. But they ain't like that you said that. I'm like, well, what's he supposed to say? What's he supposed to say?
How you like Stephen A so much?
Because
come on, bro.
The same problem when we meet other players, right? And y'all be goo gaga, how y'all doing? And I'm like, hey, what's up? Let me finish.
You say how we be what?
Yeah.
I respect people. You know what I mean? Let me finish real quick. I respect everybody.
Go.
My thing is, yo, if a dude ain't like that and I say it, they be mad at me. Like, wow. Bruh ain't like that. Bruh can't play like that. Don't say it. Why not? Y'all say we got a couple boxers that they are fighting. And I'm like, yo,
heart?
I say, yo,
where's your heart? Where's your heart?
He don't fight nobody.
Where's your heart?
Say that. Why?
Because what do you mean? Where's your heart, Stephen A? Where's your heart? LaShawn, Shady McCoy. These boys they've been doing this since they were 6 years old. And then all of a sudden, you make it on the biggest stage. Ben Simmons make it on the biggest stage.
Oh my God.
Maybe, I don't know. I like Ben Simmons. Dog. Maybe got the yips. I don't know.
I like him.
But do we need to crush him every day, Stephen A, for 2 weeks in a row? When's enough enough?
Well, let me give me.
Yes. I'm explaining. He don't do shit. He just sit there, literally complaining. Nothing. It's been like almost 2 years now. This nigga ain't even pick up a ball or nothing, bro. It's a damn shame. They still paying this dude, bro. All I gotta say is, I'll be surprised if that boy don't get off that bench, boy.
Give you some insight into
Even in Denver.
Let me give you some insight into first take.
Broncos.
Number one, first rule of business in the world of the media is that you talk about what's relevant.
Right.
If Ben Simmons wasn't making headlines, I wouldn't have talked about it.
That's true.
That's number one.
Okay.
It's not like, I didn't go into work every day looking to talk about Ben Simmons.
You could have stopped it. You Stephen A.
Wait a
Smith.
minute. Oh, I could have stopped it, but then I'm not addressing the subjects that the audience wants me to address.
Right.
Because via social media, via calls, via other long forms of communication where they're reaching out to you, talking to you about what they want to talk about, you get an indication every day. Just so you know, with First Take, I get the ratings every day. So let's say, for example, Brandon Marshall comes in from 10 to 10:15, and Pat comes in from 11 to 11:15, and you come in from 11:30 to 11:45. The next day, I literally have the ratings of what you did each segment. So the audience is telling us, this is what we want to hear.
Right.
Okay? You think I like talking about the Cowboys as much as I do?
I was just gonna ask you that.
You think I like that?
That's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, don't get me started.
Yes,
I mean,
Why do you talk about my Cowboys?
Yes,
I
you
love
are,
Jerry.
because
Bro, stay off of Jerry World, man. We love Jerry.
Bro. And to which I still hate the Cowboys because Ezekiel, he ain't doing about a damn thing. Dak ain't doing about a damn thing. It's just a whole, except for CD, a couple here and there, everybody damn near about to retire. Anyway, ain't no championship. Hey, at this point, you can just do what you will with them boys. I don't even care.
Jerry.
I love Jerry.
Come on, man.
I love Jerry.
Come on.
I love Jerry.
Let me tell you why
It's
he
the
do it.
fans that get on my
Let me
nerves.
tell you why he do it.
Sure.
He's smart. Biggest market, football market. Who is it?
Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
Not only football.
What matter? He just talked about the business. I mean, when he talked about the ratings.
Every platform
That's
talks
why
about
he
the
do
Cowboys
that.
like crazy.
And that's a tough conversation for me because it's like,
And they give you a lot to
you
talk
can
about.
say this year, you know what, they got it. They got it. But you ain't doing that because why? You want to continue to hold this stance so you can continue to have this low.
That's not fair. That's not me.
That ain't fair.
No, the subject, tackling the subject, that's business. What I say is me.
Right.
Don't nothing dictate what I say, but the information. I happen to believe that the Dallas Cowboy fan base is the most disgusting, nauseated fan base in the history of America. They get on my dinner.
Worse than the Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles.
The Eagles, come on, bro.
Listen, when the Eagles stink, the fans know it.
Let them know, too.
I'm a Knicks fan. Damn it, I know how awful they are. Okay, don't get me started with them damn Jets. Okay, don't get me started with them. But let me tell you something. The Cowboys could go 1-15. Their season could end on January 5th at 7 p.m. At 7:30, they like this. You know we're gonna win the Super Bowl next year. Right? It just drives me nuts. It has nothing to do with the Cowboys as an organization. It has nothing to do with Jerry Jones. I love Jerry Jones. I taped a commercial for them. Me and Jerry Jones. I have a blast with. I love them. But them damn Cowboy fans, them damn Cowboy fans, those fans, they get on my damn nerves, and I mean that. I mean that.
How do you handle this though? So like
Sure.
some people take you the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of athletes take you the wrong way.
Sure.
So when you out and about with your friends,
Yeah.
or if you got a wife, lady, whatever it is, in public, when you see these people, right? Is there competition? Is there
listen, I will tell you this. There's a couple of athletes that's been confrontation.
Like approached you?
Yeah.
Like a man Jones run up on you, or just like a hey, how you? Hey.
No.
Hold on, let me tell you. I did catch him though.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you this story right quick. So
before it gets spicy, man, I know, bro. You get it. Hold on.
Me and my wife, we in the car, you know, right across. We on Rodeo Drive. We just coming from the Louis Vuitton store. We ducked off, you know what I'm saying? I see. I said, oh, I know that face right there. She walked on, across the other about the car. I think I kind of spooked. I said, hey. He's like, okay, goddamn, what's up, man? Which I thought was like hilarious, but like I'm quite sure, and like you just said, the people want to know, have you been approached, you know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, I've had verbal confrontations, you know, ain't not physical. I'm not stupid enough to believe that I could beat some of these brothers as big as their asses are. But I would tell you this in all seriousness. I ain't running. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And there isn't, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, there is not a single athlete who can ever approach me that says they looked at me and I wished for them to fail.
Right.
A lot of times I'm getting on them because I'm mad at them for messing up the opportunity. You know that when we had conversations, but I wrote up, and that's why I got so much love for Pac, because you know how hardcore Pac can be. And he's straight up. And I walked up to him, what the hell you doing? And he looked at me and he saw somebody that didn't want him to fail. Yeah. I wasn't enjoying his struggle.
Right.
I wasn't enjoying what he was going through. I'm not that dude, especially when it comes to the brothers. I'm not anti anything, but I'm pro-black as hell. I love my brothers, and I want us all to do well. And if I see cats getting in their own way, it affects me, because I'm like, you know the game, you know the system, you know how it's going to come at you, you know where the minefields are, you know what the pitfalls are, you know what's going down. Maneuver your way around this. Don't let them get you. Right. And so when I see cats that ain't doing that, it drives me nuts, because I'm like, you worked all your life to be in this position, to avoid falling down that pit hole, and you letting it happen anyway. Why are you doing that? And to me, the kind of
niggas be goofy, bro. They be wasting the whole opportunity for nothing, bro. Like, it's like you're gonna waste everything down the drain. All that 6 years of hard work is just for nothing. But hey, it's your life.
That I have the position that I'm in a position where I can tell it to them, because y'all know this for a fact. You can pull me to the side off the record, and I'm happy to give you advice. I'm happy to tell you, this is what I went through. I've been in the newsroom for 30 years, bro. I kind of know how they think. I kind of know what stories are coming. I could tell you 10 miles away, this is coming. Yeah. You know, so I remember I ran into Beast Mode. Beast Mode and I was doing a commercial together. By the time I finished talking to Beast Mode like, yo, dog, that's real, man. I didn't know. Because I was sitting there telling them, like, yo, I'm looking out. I'm like, I don't have everybody's number. I'm on the air like, listen, I'm looking at them like, look at me, listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm getting it from somewhere. Pay attention. Stop being mad at my words. Pay attention to what I'm saying, because I'm looking out. Because I'm not going to be in a position where I can look out if you let this go any further.
You ain't throw it over their head.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do that.
Y'all caught that right there.
He ain't never
everybody looking out like that.
I hope they caught that right there.
No, you
oh my God. I got chills with that right
there. You know?
Okay.
And y'all know this. All you got to do, if
they
you
want to rewind that.
If you an athlete,
I was like, that really was what you were telling me. I understood everything. It took me a little while.
I guess that was.
I'm like,
I guess my only thing would be like, why can't you do that? What can you do that?
That's his job.
What about just picking up the phone quietly?
But sometimes I do. I don't have everybody's number. Right. Like, listen, look, hypothetically. Brandon Marshall get in trouble. Yeah. It's 9 o'clock. Well, then I got to go there at 10. I don't have time to catch you. I can catch. You see what I'm saying? But half the cats I can't catch like that.
Right.
Half the time, you know, they so large. You know, they don't even answer you when you call, but they answer you when they got something to complain about.
Right.
Well, I reached out to you. You see what I'm saying? This stuff going on now, I ain't gonna tell y'all about in the media with athletes. Oh, I DM'd them. I called them. But you're going to be pissed off next week if you see me talk about it. But I called you. I called you to give you a heads up and to say, yo, give me your explanation as to why this happened, so I'll have your perspective when I go on the air.
Right.
If you didn't get back to me, that's your damn problem.
Right.
You know, you can only do but so much, bro. And you can't let You can't let athletes off the hook all the damn time. You just can't do that.
I wanted to ask him. Skip said the other day that Baker Mayfield. Me personally, I don't understand how in the hell he came up with this. That Baker Mayfield has been the most unfair treated athlete as far as media-wise. First of all, do you agree with it?
No.
Second of all, who do you think has been unfairly treated the most?
That's a damn good question. I'm thinking about it. When I think about people who've been unfairly treated, I think about Serena Williams. I think about LeBron. Because even when I've been, no, I don't believe Kyrie has been mistreated. I do not believe that.
Lately,
LeBron definitely has been mistreated. I get on LeBron James about his game, whether you shoot from the perimeter or you struggling from the free throw line. I don't get on the man that is LeBron James, who's an incredible role model.
The best role model we've ever seen.
This dude is something special. And we gonna miss him when he gone, what he means to the world of sports. I think, believe it or not.
And he really real, like he don't be faking it either. Like he don't be doing no drugs or anything like that. Like, bro be straight clean. Bro, like you don't be hearing nothing about him either. Like, bro just an honest stand-up guy who should be trying to help out his community, bro. So shout out LeBron, bro.
I think Russell Westbrook is mistreated, but it's partially his fault.
Explain.
Russell Westbrook is a good brother, man. Heart's in the right place. Wants to do a lot of things for his community and what have you.
What is outplay? You play and it records. You can choose exactly what you want it to record, whether it be kills, assists, deaths.
That doesn't get talked about enough. The problem with Russell Westbrook is that he's so damn stubborn. And he's got this chip on his shoulder like people actually did something to him.
Right.
And I'm looking at it like, who did something?
Right.
If we talking about you turning the ball over, or we talking about the fact that, you got to improve your jump shot, it ain't like we don't know you're going to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
It ain't like we don't know you a league MVP and a walking triple-double, but this component matters because you got Steph waiting and Dame Dollar waiting, and now Ja Morant's coming. You see, it's like when I'm talking to y'all about y'all.
It's getting spicy. Let's talk about it. You're really coming for that throne, bro.
Oh, shoot. Obviously, y'all are better than us because y'all are creme de la creme. What we're doing is comparing you to your contemporaries.
Yeah.
And we're saying, if you're going to do this, you got to get past that dude.
Right.
And so when we say you ain't ready, we saying you ain't ready for him. You can't shoot 65% from the free throw line and 23% from the three-point line, and you gonna beat Steph Curry.
Right.
That's not gonna happen. That is not an assault on your character.
Right.
That's just talking about your game. And so, again, people climb on him, I think a little bit too much, because he always shows up, he always puts in the work, he never cheats the game with his effort, none of that. But he gotta understand, we just talking about your game. That other stuff, nobody got no business talking to you about that. But about your game, that's fair game.
So you brought up LeBron James.
Yes.
Go back there. Who would you say treats LeBron James the worst?
Of course, I think no one's more critical of LeBron James than Skip Bayless.
Right.
But I would tell you is, he ain't playing. Oh, he mean it.
Oh, he mean it.
He mean
There's
it.
no way he can mean it.
Yeah, he does. You know why? Because his measuring stick.
Bro, Skip Bayless is a high key hater. Just a high key hater. And that's all facts, no cap, bro. Like, that nigga Skip Bayless is, I don't know, man. That boy pretty weird, though. I'm gonna keep it a stack. But, shout out Skip Bayless, though, and Skip and Shannon. They some real guys over there.
stick, and I used to say this to
MJ.
Skip too. His measuring stick was MJ, and I'll never forget this. And you'll appreciate this story. You'll appreciate this story real quick. This quick real story about Skip Bayless. This is an all-timer. It's 2005. Skip and I are in the same studio, but in different. We're in the same building, but in different studio. We taped in Sports Center. And I forgot what the story was about, but somebody got in trouble. And Skip Bayless said, athletes should have an 11 p.m. curfew. All athletes should have an 11 p.m. curfew. They shouldn't be allowed out after 11 p.m. And he said, even in the off season, there should be restrictions. Okay? Nothing, and they shouldn't be, and they should be banned from clubs, nightclubs. Yeah. He said they shouldn't.
Bro, this is literally a sport, bro. This man's treating it as if it's his own like little nation or freaking like what are we talking about, bro? It's sports. This man's out his noggin.
They shouldn't be allowed, not banned. He said they shouldn't be allowed to go to nightclubs, right?
Shady when
and so I'm having a ball. I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. And I'm screaming into the television, how old are you, Skip? How old are you? Are you kidding me? And I'm laughing. I'm having a good time. We finished taping the segment. This is Sunday morning. Bob Lee is hosting. The great Bob Lee hosts that.
Yeah, wow.
And Skip and I walk out the studio, and I'm laughing. Yo, man, that's a good segment, man. That was funny. Skip walked out the studio. He looked around, looked at my face. I'm serious. He said, nothing good comes from an athlete being out after 11 o'clock at night. And that's when I knew. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew that if we were ever together, we were going to blow up. Because I said, you can't make this up. Because I'll never agree with anything he says. I'll never agree with him. I'm like, you got to be crazy. But he meant it.
So, two things.
Yeah.
What you just said, that's when you knew. So, tell the story of how it became. That's one. And two, how it became.
You and Skip come together.
How did y'all come together? How did that work? And then also, do you miss him?
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I can afford this car. $178. That was my car insurance, my premium. So policy premium.
Well, first of all,
that's the whole.
To answer the second question, I'm always missing my man because for the purposes of a debate show, oh my Lord, he's a godsend. Because I'll never agree with him.
Right.
I walk in every day knowing we're going to disagree. Right. For a debate show, it don't get no better than Skip.
So why
it don't get no better than Skip,
then?
right?
Why y'all break up?
Well, money. I mean, Fox came and offered them a boatload of money.
Why didn't ESPN step up? Because me and you was talking about that. What you said.
Because ESPN felt they didn't have to for whatever reason. But to answer your first question, to answer your first question,
you see who's still there.
No, I'm not saying nothing like that. They just listen. Worldwide leader, for a reason. They know how to spend judiciously. Trust me. Trust me. I should get more money. I'm unapologetic about that. Hell, I'm still underpaid. Yeah, okay. Let's be clear. They ain't giving away money like that.
How that work? So how does that work? How does negotiation work? Y'all want to be in our business.
Hold on. All right, let's hear the him and Skip thing first.
Skip comes to me in 2012. The show is doing well because he's riding that Tebow thing. He feels passionate because he's a huge Tebow fan.
Yeah, he is.
And the show was doing well, but Skip is a competitor and he wasn't satisfied. And so Skip is like, listen, this story is fine, but I need you because you're the only one I trust. Because we went back. We've known each other previously for a decade earlier. He said, you're the only one that I trust to do this every day with me.
I think I remember, didn't Skip debunk this, bro? Because he talked about this before on a different podcast, bro. But I think Skip debunked this.
Me. And I need you. And he knew that I wasn't too keen on doing it initially. Right. I was really stuck on the NBA. I love my basketball and I hate getting up early. And he was like, he said, let's just do this for 3 years. And he was doing well. But he said he needed me because he needed somebody that was there with him every day who he could trust. And so he said, I think we're going to knock it out the park. And he said, there's nobody like us. And that's how it happened.
So if you talking about when you guys left out, I started to like you and Max, tell him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I seen that you guys split up. You had so many different rumors. So
What happened with that?
Well, we all know what I said. I felt I felt we weren't the right pair for each other.
Okay.
I think that Max is a real good guy, man. He's smart as hell, knows his boxing, knows various other sports. But when you have a debate show,
right,
it's about a chemistry with each other, the vibe off of one another, the yin to the yang, opposites attract, and all of that other stuff. And I didn't feel that was what was going on, and I felt that the show was getting a bit stale.
Like,
and so for me, I just said, I know the brother is great at what he does. I got a lot of respect for him. I like him a lot because he's a really, really good guy. But as it pertained to us working together, I didn't feel that we were the right pair.
You made that call. I'm like,
I made it very, very clear to them. That's how I felt. It's their call, but I said, this is how I feel.
Did you let Max know you was having that conversation?
I didn't let him know about the conversation, but he knew on many occasions that's exactly how the hell I felt. I made sure of that.
Like,
I mean, it wasn't no surprise.
Right. Hey, you see how they be grilling us and asking those questions?
No.
Yeah, it's getting in trouble. You want to sit down and sleep? Yeah, now you're in the hot seat.
Come on.
Did you call Steph Curry?
Fire him up.
First of all, I came to be in the hot seat,
show,
and I ain't running.
What you say to the people that came on the show? If you on my show, I talk first.
That's right.
Did you call him? Right? Did you call him? Steph, you blame Katie didn't call Steph Curry left. Did you call my man? He said no. He said no.
They gonna get you a quick.
Oh my God.
They gonna say, damn.
No,
that's funny though.
I did it because I had about 30 conversations prior to that.
Right.
He knew exactly where I stood.
Broadcasters, where do you stack up against the greatest of all time?
I have no clue.
Do you think about that?
No, I know I'm one of the best.
Right.
I know I'm one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Where I rank, I leave for somebody else to decide. But when you take into account info, personality, relationships.
Talk your shit, Stephen A. Better let them niggas know. You better tell them niggas you're one of them. You know what I mean? Don't play with him. You know what I mean?
The multitude of sports that I cover, the fact that I can be a pundit or a commentator or a host or an insider or a co-host, the versatility that I bring to the table, you can find a boatload of people that do one or the other of those things better than me. But the totality of it all that it encompasses, do I believe that I'm one of the best ever? Yes, I do.
He's involved that?
I agree with that.
Earlier,
I mean, I feel like him and Skip kind of created a whole nother space. You saw FS1 built their whole network off of their debate show.
That's true. That is true.
I give him love, but what you want to say?
Is it one thing that you haven't covered that you got an itch that you might want to jump into? I can't even think of what you haven't covered.
No, I've done everything. In terms of coverage, I've covered everything that I've wanted to cover. And I do now what I love doing. And that's really providing a perspective and making sure that I give a voice to a lot of people that otherwise may not have one. And I take pride in all of that. I take pride in what y'all are doing because I feel like, I've been told that I'm one of the people that has opened those floodgates because my personality has allowed for the industry to embrace. And I'm good with it.
So what you're saying now, I want to go back to, I talked about your top 5 all time. You said was whatever. Who did you study? Who, like as an athlete, I can watch Terrell Owens. I can watch Ocho Cinco. I can watch Reggie.
I idolized Howard Cosell, Bryant Gumbel, Bob Costas, Stuart Scott, God rest his soul. Those names definitely come to mind. When you look at Howard Cosell, for example, his vernacular, his vocabulary,
shout out to Stuart Scott, bro. That was a real one, bro. I really mess with him. He has some great taste for especially when I was growing up, bro. Shout out to Stuart Scott.
Voice, you knew it was him whenever you heard him.
Right.
Plus, he had something to say, and plus his support for Muhammad Ali at a time when the world didn't want to acknowledge that Muhammad Ali should be called Muhammad Ali. I respected that. That's number one. When I think about Bryant Gumbel, versatility jumps out of my mind. This man was the host of the Today Show. He was the host of NFL Today. He could do it all. Another person I idolized was Ed Bradley, the late Ed Bradley, God rest his soul, who was hosting, who was a reporter for 60 Minutes because of the level of substance that he had. He opened his mouth. He had something to say. Bob Costas is a legend. and we knew what he did. It didn't matter whether he was covering basketball, baseball, football. It didn't matter. He could do it all, and that versatility was something that I prided myself that I respected. I still respect tremendously, and of course, the great Stuart Scott. Of course, I can't leave out the John Saunders of the world. I've idolized my partner on the NBA Countdown, Mike Wilbon, for years because he was an incredible columnist for the Washington Post and stuff like that. But when I think about Stuart Scott, what made him so important is that he's the pioneer of what people try to give me credit for today, which I really don't deserve. Stuart Scott was the dude
and he had that swag
swag that he brought to the airwaves. It opened the doors for others to receive consideration. I don't know if I'm let into the corridors of ESPN if it wasn't for what Stuart Scott did. So I appreciate that.
Love. No disrespect. I think you're super crazy with the basketball. I think you're good at everything else. I think you're good, but I think basketball is like your thing, and you know that. Your top 5 basketball players right now.
Oh, you're talking the game right now, all time.
We want both. All time, right now, and right now.
Okay, top 5 players all time. Michael Jordan, number 1.
I like that.
LeBron James, number 2.
Oh, thank you.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, number 3. Guys, I don't want to leave out Bill Russell, 11-time champion. What he had to go through in Boston to be on the court, to win back-to-back championships as a player coach in Boston. The mental matters. And when you go out on the court and you're able to do what he did. See, a lot of people talk about Wilt Chamberlain. Well, Bill Russell had 11 titles. Wilt Chamberlain had 2. They in the same era. Even though Wilt was dominant, I can't give it to Wilt when the man that you was going up against primarily got 9 more titles than you.
That's a lot.
I just can't do that. So I got to put Bill Russell up in there. At 4. I would tell you, damn, I think about Kobe. I think about Magic Johnson.
Vince Carter.
Vernon Central High School, how may I help you?
I'm going to help you, actually. Allen Iverson.
Really?
I'm thinking about.
So just for.
Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, KG, Kevin Garnett, just to name a few.
You got one more person.
4. Steph Curry's up in there too. I'm gonna go with Irvin Magic. No, I'm gonna go with Irvin Magic Johnson.
That's your 5th over Kobe.
So Kobe didn't even make the top 5.
Right.
I don't like that last one. All right.
Can I tell you why?
Oh no, you don't have to tell me. I agree with you.
Kobe doesn't make the top 5 because Kobe was measured against MJ, and MJ played the same position, had the same style of play, and MJ was number 1. And so for me, when I think about Magic, even though Kobe was a better individual talent, Kobe didn't lead and galvanize to the degree that Magic did. Magic was the dude that got everybody else better, that got everybody else on their game. Kobe would drop 80 on you. But Magic would accumulate 80 by having 20 points and 20 assists and making sure this dude, and that dude got fed. And it led to 5 championships and 9 title appearances. That's why.
Okay, so right now, you ain't the other one.
Top 5 players?
Right now.
I'm going to still say LeBron is there. I'm going to tell you KD is there. I'm going to tell you Giannis is there.
Order or no order?
No order.
Okay.
LeBron, KD, Giannis, Steph Curry. Steph Curry, definitely. I got to tell you, even though everybody loves Jokic because his numbers is great, and I got to give him consideration from a talent perspective. If his numbers, we going with Jokic. If his talent, I'm going with Embiid.
I like Embiid.
I like
Embiid.
With Embiid.
I said 2 years ago, he was the most dominant player in basketball. Not the best. Embiid.
Embiid's the man. They playing with Embiid, man.
Yo. Like, I mean,
he should have made first team, all NBA, MVP.
Handle, move like Olajuwon, play big,
shoot
threes.
Can shoot free throws.
Yeah.
By the way,
it's crazy.
Can I address the weed issue? If we address the weed issue, can we do that?
Get off the weed.
Yes. I'm from Hollis, Queens, bro. New York City.
Hey, man, stop playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? We really be blowing over here, bro. Shout out to the, you know what I'm saying, everybody we on the positive with it. You know what I'm saying? What's no don't gotta be said, but you know what I mean.
My family's from here. You think I don't have relatives that smoke weed? You think I don't have boys that smoke weed? Okay.
Oh, my bad.
I've never said a word about somebody smoking weed if it ain't costing them money. My issue is how the hell are you sitting there? You worked all your life to.
Bro, don't ever put no drug over your dreams or nothing like that, bro. Always, you know what I'm saying, get to the money and then use that bit as a reward after the fact, but never use that bit as, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we never doing that. No, sir.
To get here.
Yeah.
And you gonna blow 6 figures, 7 figures on weed. I've never seen a joint that cost that much in my life.
So what about this case,
That's what I've said.
So what about this case?
So I don't have no problem with people smoking
we
weed.
got in the debate earlier in the car, and
here we go.
Brandon was like, well, what if somebody, it's an issue where
addiction.
Josh Gordon.
Okay.
Addiction.
Josh Gordon, bro.
Okay. Yeah, you know, someone fighting back. So what do you think about that? Should the league change its stance, right? Because like we can tell a guy like that, like, stay off the weed. We can tell a guy like that, the NFL, look, you know, this is our rules. We know you got a problem, but we're gonna throw you to the side. Come back when you okay. We're gonna put you in this program, but come back when you're okay.
Well, let me answer that.
You don't think they should?
I know what he's finna say. If you don't go work for somebody else.
It's not just about go work for somebody else. Let me say this to you. We all fathers here, right?
Right.
So, Daddy, I don't like this rule. Why don't you change this? You got rules. It's your house. These are the rules of the game. You're gonna be in my house.
I don't take
this
that
is how you're gonna do that. This is how you're gonna do it. I'm not saying everything. We love people, we want to take care of them, we modify stuff from time to time, but for the most part, there has to be order.
Yeah.
If there's no order, it's mayhem. And then everybody runs amok and do what they want to do. So if you can't control yourself, there's a million cats out here who want to be in your position who will.
Said he said that.
What you gonna do?
Right.
That's the point. We can't, it's not about a specific situation. It's about the overall macro perspective. You don't get to do what you want to do when you got your hand out for somebody else's stuff.
Right.
You have to capitulate to some degree. We're not helping our society if you're going to sit up there and try to encourage people not to capitulate to nothing, because they're going to lose.
Right.
Why would we teach that when we know we sending somebody down a dead hill, down a dead end? Why would we do that? And that's where you see me on the air. That's when I'm getting pissed.
Right.
When people are not seeing the big picture, because I'm going like this. You getting away with it because you special. You getting away. Man, I know athletes, man, that got calls from general managers and president of basketball operations, and they answer the phone. And they're like, damn, what you doing? You called me. You on my time. I'm on my weed break. You understand what I'm saying? And my attitude is, who can get away with that?
That ain't football, though.
You strong, confident, all that stuff. Come on, man. You get an opportunity right now to apologize to 2 people. Apologize. Yes. I'm pushing the conversation forward. You talked about weed.
Apologize to who?
I went a little too far.
Oh.
Come on, 2 people.
Anybody for you that you want to
2
apologize
people.
to if you
You
had
get your opportunity right now.
Glenn, Big Dog Robinson.
Oh, Big Dog Robinson. Nice.
We had our beefs years ago because I felt like he got a brother fired and it was unfair. But we took it too far. And I remember, I forgot which city I was in, but his son was playing. And I walked up on his son and I said, I want you to know I'm rooting for you. And I want you to know that whatever went on with me and your dad, I was wrong. Because
that's real as hell.
I might have thought I had a point, but I don't want you walking around thinking that somebody is thinking this way about your daddy.
Right.
It was just a disagreement. And I should not have allowed it to get as far as it got. So I want you to know that if I see your father face to face, I'm going to apologize to him. And if I don't see him face to face, I'm going to walk in that faith with you knowing that I will never be unfair to you and I will never hold anything against you or your dad. And I don't want your dad to ever think that I would do that to you, because that's just two grown men. They got
That's a real ass nigga right there for sure. Ain't showing, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got no hatred in his heart. You know what I'm saying? He just gonna speak the real, and that's about it. As real people who is in the media business should do, and not just go off what other people just say. You know what I mean?
got a little out of hand because of that incident. And I told Glenn Robinson III that to his face. I haven't seen his dad since, but I let that go. I'm the professional. I'm in the media. The fact of the matter is, I could have stopped that, and I didn't. So that's on me. So that was a big thing. That's number one. Number two, I will honestly tell you, it's Iverson. Allen Iverson. That's my man.
Wow, that's a big one.
We're still tight. We talk at least twice a month, the whole bit. But we got so much love for each other.
Access to quality care may be closer than you think with United Healthcare.
Sprouts Farmers Market. Great prices on the freshest produce and so much more.
I should have took off my reporter hat years before I actually did, and been more invasive, been more in his face. Because I was one of the few people who could do that to him, and he would actually listen. You see what I'm saying? Because he knew, other than a quote or a story, I ain't want nothing from him, you know? And he's come a long way. He's so much better now. But so much that he went through in his life, obviously I can't say whether I could have helped him avoid it or not, because you're a grown man and you're going to do what you do. But I think I could have been more of a big brother. I just got so much love for him. He affects me in a way that no athlete has, because I know where his heart is. I know what this brother has been through. I know what people have put him through. And they put him through so much stuff. For this brother to be standing today, to interview him, to talk to him, if y'all talk to him and stuff like that. I mean, I mean, this brother has been through hell. And, you know, he's got friends, he's got people in his life or whatever, but we're like brothers. And we're like that now. I wish I had embraced it sooner. I never forget one time when he was mad at me. They had some info on him. He was partying when he was supposed to be with his family or whatever. And I wrote the story about how he needed to not party. I didn't get deep.
All right, man. We finna just keep it pushing. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith, though, because
you really did this shit. And I remember when you was a little nigga. You did it, man.